Hey Gun Geeks! Happy New Year! Well, I suppose it's a tiny bit preemptive, but still. Happy New Year, guys! William Prophet says, hi Lady Destinee, I hope you had a terrific Christmas. For those of you who are new to the live streams, how I like to try and run things is I first read a comment. Hold on. There we go. First I'll read the comment read the username, so I'm probably going to mispronounce a username here and there. I promise it's not on purpose, and I totally apologize if it's your username that I mispronounced. If you want to give me a couple of cues, go for it. Usually I'm pretty good at being able to follow phonetics, but anyway, so I'll read the username, read the comment or question, and then I respond to it. From where is everybody tuning in, by the way? Everyone's saying, Happy New Year! Yeah! Oh, I forgot. The 28th, so a couple days ago, was the official third year, I guess, birthday anniversary for my YouTube channel. So, FateofDestinee is now 3 years old officially, which is awesome. I'm really happy to have been able to keep making fun YouTube videos for 3 years. It's pretty crazy. Oh, we have a bunch of people telling me from where they are tuning in now. Matthew James Stoddard. Hi, how is it back into 2013? It's 2014 here in New Zealand. Excelsior Charger 8924 is from Excelsior Springs, Missouri. David B. Feliz Año Nuevo desde Chicago. A ti también. Richard, Kentucky. Bufflehead 83. I think that's supposed to be Olympia, Washington. Mark Parton, Indiana, checking in. Scott Hams. Is that Minot? North Dakota. Jofi Beats, Happy New Year's! Or Happy YouTube birthday! Yeah! Finn Outdoor 5. Finland. Is anybody new to live streams? Let me know. We'll all say hello. Welcome you to our little conversation. Ken Colorasi. Hey Destinee, hello! From Enumclaw, Washington. My first live stream. Work has made it impossible to join till today. Everybody say hello to Ken. Hi, Ken. Welcome to the live stream. How is the broadcast coming in, by the way? Are you hearing everything? Is it looking clear and Gucci? If you're having problems with buffering, usually just hitting F5, refreshing your browser is enough to correct it. Otherwise, you may want to try changing browsers. Usually, I run these live streams through Chrome, and I haven't had issues with it yet. Sometimes I run through Firefox, though, or Safari, and those seem to work, too. Awesome. Looks like everybody's fee is coming in. Brian Phillips. This is my first time here. Happy to be here. Thanks for the invitation. Hi, Brian. Welcome. Alright, let's see if I missed anybody. Lee Nakasane, what? It's FOD's birthday? Yeah, it's totally my channel birthday. Well, it was the 28th. But still, close enough, right? Ooh, my water bottle! Like a silly bear, I put it out of my reach. There we go. Although today the bottle says key lime, it's definitely strawberry kiwi, and it's definitely delicious. Leon S. 1911. Am I seeing that you are new as well? If I miss a comment from you, by the way, I promise it's not on purpose. There are just, a few more yous than there are me's to read your comments. So maybe if I'm not catching something, say it a couple times, or we'll get to you eventually. Knock on wood. Matthew James Stoddart. I was up in Napier last week for Christmas. It was hot and humid up there. Jelly. It snowed like today and yesterday, and a little bit the day before. William Prophet. Red vodka? No. We've discussed the idea of alcohol in live streams, and I don't think that it'd be a good idea. Not for me. Maybe for you guys, you'd probably get a kick out of it, but yeah, just water. Jennifer Young. Hey, Destinee. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Sam Emerson. Had fun with BOD this Christmas? Oh, you betcha. Most definitely. Had an awesome time. Visited some family, hung out, had a couple beers. It was just really, really nice just plain having him home. It took a while for it to kind of like sink in that he wasn't just going to kind of like disappear on me, you know. It's really nice having him home. Ken Colorossi. Hey, Des, I just watched your video, the shoot with pipe hitters. Was it weird shooting from that UTV? Yes, because that particular vehicle was not made for quick entry and exit. It was made for you to stay in. So it had these metal bars. Well, I was in the back, for those of you who didn't see it. So it had metal bars, you know, on the sides to basically keep you from tumbling out, pulling any crazy maneuvers. Well, those little bars keep you in really well. And I was supposed to jump out, but I couldn't get, jump out with both feet on the ground at the same time. I had to, like, crawl or clamber out kind of awkwardly. So that took some figuring out to kind of find a good way to go about it. So what we ended up doing was that I would boost myself on the seat so that I had a higher position and I could lean out the window, so to speak, over the bar and still stay within the vehicle. That just ended up being more easier.
You know what also I remember you saying about that experience was how unnatural and crazy it felt at first to be shooting behind someone. Not necessarily, you know...
In the staggered firing line?
Yeah, the staggered firing line where you weren't necessarily directly behind his head.
Yeah.
But that you're shooting with someone who's staggered in front of you.
For those of you who can't hear what my dad's saying, he was bringing up what I had mentioned to him about the shoot. That was one of... Well, I think I've technically been in a staggered firing line before, but not for that amount of time, and not with that amount of people, and not with all of us firing at the same time.
Without somebody shooting, too.
Yeah.
The driver.
Yeah, so what was crazy about that is if you didn't see it, shooting from the ATVs, there were the driver and then the shotgun, the person riding shotgun. Then behind them was me. I'm right behind the driver, and then there was another individual behind the person sitting shotgun, and then there was a fifth person in the back of the ATV standing upright.
It's a UTV.
Okay, UTV. And anyway, because the driver doesn't have a gun, because he's driving, he's just sitting there during the portion of time where we had controlled fire. And so I had to be extremely well disciplined, with my muzzle discipline during that fire portion. And he kept very, very still, and I shot from behind him, which was pretty crazy. But we did a whole lot of safety briefing and a lot of practice, and all the guys with whom I was shooting were professionals, so everybody was as safe as they could have been in that situation. Rob Russo, a woman in a moving vehicle shooting behind your head. That's like 3 strikes, you're out, LOL. Well, at least I wasn't driving, right? I mean, female driver? Ugh. That could have gone really sour. Alessio Baldi, demand front seat next time. FOD does not run in a back seat. Oh man, it was tons of fun. I was totally okay to be in the back seat. It was muddy, and it was exciting, and it was an absolute blast. All right, let me, Todd Wygren, did you need a booster seat? Yes. No, I didn't need it. It wasn't a matter of me being too short. It was more a matter of that bar being in the way, so I couldn't just easily jump out. I had to, like, lift myself over it. And that's fine if I can have both hands, but I have one, the rifle in the one arm, and I have the other arm is all I get for leverage, and it just wasn't super convenient for that particular kind of motion. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I couldn't hold that one in. Jofa Beats, that takes a ton of trust. Yes, it does. I had to trust him not to move at all while I was shooting, and he had to trust me not, to maintain my muzzle discipline and not to, well, not to make mistakes, yeah. Aussie Wombat, I'm glad I wasn't the safety officer for that shoot. Oh yeah, we were all very, very cautious with that. Leon S. 1911. I've never shot from a vehicle moving or otherwise. It is a bit scary, because if you miss... Yeah, we didn't start firing until after all the vehicles were stationary, so that made it at least a little bit less intimidating.
One of the things I like to bring up about the conversation I had with one of the guys who led that shoot was that in a true fighting scenario, you can't all stand in a staggered line like the red coats versus the, whatever. You can't really just, like, if you can't maintain muzzle discipline and situational awareness with that type of line, then you shouldn't be in a fight. It's not all just range practice when you're out there using your rifle in a self-defense situation.
So for those of you who couldn't hear my pro dad sir over here, he's helping out. He was saying something to the effect of, he was talking with one of the guys who was running the whole event, and they were talking about how in a realistic live fire situation, you don't generally really have that opportunity, and even if you did have the opportunity, it's ill-advised to just, line up all, red coats style. It's not feasible. And it doesn't give you a tactical advantage to have everybody out in the same line like that. And so it's more realistic in self-defense training that you would have to be shooting from a more staggered situation instead of all in a nice, line like you practice at the range. So if you can't handle having the muzzle discipline that's necessary for shooting like that, well, then
what do they think?
Maybe that's not the right place for you. Yeah, what do you guys think about that? Because I definitely had some comments about people who expressed some discomfort about that idea, and I had some people who were saying, well, like the guy one of the guys who was running a shoot, it was their opinion that that's realistic in a real, like, firefight situation. Leon S. 1911. Hey, Des, have you ever shot a Smith & Wesson Model 39? No, I have not, but they're really interesting looking guns. I'd love to give one a try sometime. I did an article on them on the Arms Guide because they show up in a couple of movies. Like, I particularly noticed it when I watched Memento for the first time. Rob Russo, this is a random question. Fate, have you ever been in a car accident? Not anyone really serious, but I've been in a couple, like, fender benders. Fortunately, none of them have been my fault, but I did get T-boned one time. Luckily, it was at a really slow rate of speed, so nobody was super injured, and even the car made it out okay, but I was the person in the passenger seat, so that shook me a little bit. William Prophet, Destinee, what do you think of the M45 Colt the Marines have adopted? I think it's fabulous. I actually wrote a little article about that too at SHOT last year. I know they're offering it for civilians too, which is a little pricey, but that's Colt for you. Thor to Shane, you were doing combat exercises, not playing on a range. Anyone criticizing the safety of that shoot needs to play in traffic. Alright, tell me how you really feel. Lena Kasane. I think going through some dry runs before going hot is a safe approach. Yeah, we definitely did that. We had a safety briefing, just an overall safety briefing. Then we had then we planned out, and had the people who were running the shoot told us what they were looking for the event and for different scenarios. And then we went through and ran it dry a number of times, at least like 3, sometimes 5, just to make sure everybody was all on the same page. We got everything exactly the way we wanted, and it was all safe and everything. And then we did live fire. Rob Rousseau. I was in one. I rear-ended a larger vehicle. I was looking over my shoulder to change lanes. When I looked back, the car had slammed the brakes, and I smashed into them. It's a big shock to you when you slam into something, your airbag goes off in your face, and have to kick the door. Oops, there we go. And have to kick the door open. Yikes. Oh, I'm glad you made it out okay. I'm really fortunate that I haven't been in a serious accident, because I do know some people who have been in serious accidents and didn't walk away from them at all. Here we go. Leon S. 1911. It's so much fun. My dad has one, and I love shooting it, mostly because it feels similar to a 1911. Just a very nice gun to shoot. Alessio Baldi. Before doing a drill like that live, you need to try again and again dry. In the past years, I've done 2-man drills with my buddy, but it has been something like 80% dry firing and 20% live. Yeah, I'm a big believer in dry fire. Even with my own videos where it's just me running something, like a little bitty run and gun course or a drill, or even just me on the range, you know, in a lane static. I feel better knowing that I've gone through some dry runs and I have exactly in mind what I need to do, what I'm going to be doing. Okay, let me read another one. Okay, I read that. David Morris, Destinee, did you find it difficult to do the modeling considering you have social anxiety? It was definitely nerve-wracking, the experience, because I was just plain nervous, because I've never looked at myself and gone, you know what? I should be a model. This thing needs to be out there. So that part of it was, I don't know. It made me nervous, just from the fact that I never prepared for like any modeling endeavor. What was nice about the situation was it was not like a really huge event where there were like 50 people who I had never met. And what was also nice was...
There's only 30 people.
Yeah, what was also nice was at least an hour or 2 hours before I had to start like getting on camera, I had the chance to like walk around and meet people and talk and get an idea of with whom I was working. So that helped kind of allay my fears. Plus, I had my dad with me, which helped a whole ton, for, you know, moral and emotional support. But for the most part, I mean, the people with whom I was working were really cool, so that helped me feel a little bit more comfortable about the situation. And when I was on camera, I didn't have to do anything like really like crazy or elaborate, and I wasn't like photoed, or the photographer wasn't taking pictures of me like constantly or whatever. So it was a cool experience overall. I'm glad to say that I've had it now. Jennifer Young, building my first AR. It's been a fun project so far. Yay! How far are you? 12G Mentalist. I shoot... Oh, here's an update. Jennifer Young says, almost finished with the lower. Excellent. One day I'm going to get around to my next AR build, eventually. 12 gauge Mentalist. I shoot 12 gauge shotguns. Best bang for your buck in the UK. Oh yeah, I imagine so. They're not exactly firearms friendly across the pond, from what I understand. Corey Bojangles. I know you said shooting with 2 guns is not logical, but would you ever try shooting dual Desert Eagles? Probably not. I mean, I guess it looks cool in the movies, but when you actually, if you think about it, I shoot a lot one-handed, and I noticed that definitely, if I'm shooting right-hand single-handed, there's recoil that pushes the gun this way. When I shoot left-hand single-handed, recoil pushes the gun this way. So I can imagine if I'm shooting akimbo, there's going to be some kind of contact there just because of the nature of recoil. I mean, unless you were some sort of inhuman machine and you had no response whatsoever to that force of the firearm kick, then, you know, or if you're in the movies and you're shooting guns that don't actually shoot, then maybe that's something that's more realistic. But especially with a gun that's going to kick as much as the Desert Eagle with that 50 AE round, I would really think it ill-advised. But that's my own perspective. I mean, if you have 2 Desert Eagles and that's really what you want to do, I would just say prepare to nick them. Then the closer that you have the guns, the more risk that there is that they're going to knock together. So I would really not recommend it. Matthew James Stoddard says, I can't see the comments. My laptop is playing up. Refresh? Choose another browser, maybe? Jennifer Young. I've done a build series on YouTube that has actually forced me to slow down and not rush things. Oh, that helps. Not making mistakes. Haste makes waste, right? There was one comment I think I missed. Yes, here we go. Rob Russo says, it made me think about what it would be like to come under an ambush, crash, and get shot at and have to return fire all at once. Crazy. Yeah, can you imagine the mental state that you'd be in, too? Plus, just with the chaos of that scenario, I can't imagine struggling just to identify what was going on around me. Joffy Beats. Destinee, did you ever figure out what that warehouse was used for? Nope. I do not know. I did have a number of people who saw the vats that were in there and said maybe it was used for making beer or...
It's still being used today for steel fabrication.
Dad's telling me that it's still being used today for steel fabrication. Not beer, unfortunately. Kenneth A. Fuller. I had the company that was providing the upper for my AR close, and we're all left waiting for reimbursement or legal action to recover what is owed to us. Oh, that bites. I haven't run into that problem before. I've never even thought of that. Jennifer Young. Ken, I'm using Nate's videos for the basis on my build. Yay! He's totally writing an article series on the arms guide to go along with those exact same videos. I've learned a ton from watching those videos and reading his posts, which is one of the cool things that I enjoy about writing for Tag. Charger 8924. Have you ever fired the 500 one-handed? No, I have not. There may come a day when I feel confident enough in my upper body strength to manage that, but as it is, it's not worth the risk for the cool factor, I guess, of having shot at one-handed. With a gun, with any gun, it's really important to me to be careful, even when I am having fun, or maybe especially when I'm having fun. Because, that's when mistakes are made, and mistakes with firearms are not easily forgotten or forgiven. So with the 500, I'm just that much more careful, just because there's so much more potential for something to go horribly wrong if you're not respectful of how dangerous it can be. 12G Mentalist. I like the Batman tee. I'm not trying to impress you, but I'm Batman. Or Batwoman. Whatever. Rob Russo. Oh God! I forgot to put my popsicles in the freezer! Be right back. What kind of popsicles? Bomb Pops are my favorite. They're awesome. Dmitry Volkov. Good evening, Des and company. Sorry for being late, but I only have a short time. Thanks for joining us for a little bit. For those of you who are newer to the to the live stream, the reason why I host them for an hour and a half is not because I actually expect you to sit down and chat with me for an hour and a half. So those of you who do stick around, by the way, I totally appreciate it. But it's an effort to try to make it easier to accommodate everybody's crazy schedules. Because, I mean, even people who live in the same state a lot of times can have, like, crazy, like, they work different hours and have different obligations. And we have people who view this from all over the world. So it's kind of tricky finding a time that works for everybody with different time zones and all that jazz. But if you can make it for a few minutes, stop by and say hello, I totally enjoy that. So don't, feel obligated to stay for the entire hour and a half if you've got stuff going on, And after the live show is done, I take the recording of it and I post it on YouTube. So if, you had to duck out for something, you can get caught up if you were so inclined. William Prophet at Lee. I hope to one day. My in-laws are in the UK, so most trips I make head there. But one day, I would fire 2 Colt 45s, cowboy style. Lena Costane. I hear you on that one, Des. I still think about that woman who accidentally shot herself with a 500 a while ago. Talk about irresponsible on the part of who put it in her hands. I know, isn't that tragic? It's a really fun firearm. It's one of my favorites. It's, even if it is a novelty gun. But you hear so many more awful stories about some of those higher caliber firearms. It just, every time I pick it up, I think of how cautious that I need to be. Matthew James Stoddart. Bugger it. I still can't see the comments. I'll just have to post random stuff. Kenneth A. Fuller says, I would like to see you be the new Bat person. Your knowledge and humor would make a great movie. I think I would geek out so hard I wouldn't even be able to manage that. I'd be so excited. Ken Colorasi. Des, my wife and I do one-armed shooting to practice weak side shooting in case of injuries. That's an awesome idea. I practice shooting single-handed with left and right hands a lot. I don't know. It started off, like, before Wisconsin even had concealed carry and I was shooting handguns. It started off as just, I had this, like, quest in my head to make sure that I could shoot as well with either hand. Just, I don't know. I guess I don't even know if that would be considered perfectionism. I just like to give myself challenges like that sometimes. I can't help it. It makes it more fun for me, or shooting in general. David Morris. My 4-year-old sitting next to me wants to ask you where the real Batman is. He says you should know since you're both on TV. He's currently out fighting crime right now. So I can't tell you exactly where. It'd be a little bit dangerous, but he's making sure the streets of Gotham are safe. And everywhere else. Because he's Batman. And as soon as I'm done with my live stream, I'll have to head out and, hit the streets and beat up some bad guys too. But I've got to have this conversation first. P.S. That was a fabulous question. Corey Bojangles. I do agree with you on the dual eagles. I've never fired one. Just to own one would cost a lot. I went to the new Cabela's in Green Bay, and they sell the gun, but no ammo, so I guess I'll stick with my 45. That is one of the kind of downsides about the 500, is the ammo isn't as popular as some, and beyond that, even if you do find it, it's expensive. You can get a box of like 25 rounds for like $50 or $55. So it's not exactly the most affordable gun to shoot, which is why I like pace myself with the ammo. I don't go like one day and just shoot all of the rounds in one range trip. I try to like stretch it out. Ooh, Ken Colorasi, SIG P238 or P938? That is an excellent question. I think it would really have to come down to personal preference. I have the P238 and I really like it for how like small it is and convenient the size is. If I can't carry any of my other guns, it's like my go-to backup because I know that pretty much no matter what outfit I'm wearing, I'll be able to find a place to tuck that little P238. The 938, though, is pretty darn similar in dimension. I think the only real difference is the grip is a little bit longer to accommodate that larger cartridge. But because I already have the 238, I haven't felt super inclined to go pick up the 938. And the thing about the 938 is, you know, you've got that bigger round in the same size package as the smaller round. So it's a little bit snappy when you shoot it. So I end up leaning toward the 380 for the shooting experience because I shoot it, I'm more inclined to shoot it more often, and so I manage it better. I shoot it more proficiently than like some of my 9mm pistols that are short barreled. But oh, what do you guys think? Do you have a preference? I suppose if somebody offered me both, I would maybe go for the 938 just because you get that, you have a little more punch in the round. But it's a good question. It's not something I really thought a lot about. William Prophet, my wife is a P238 and loves it. One of the things I like about that 238 too is, yes, the size is great, very convenient, but also I oftentimes carry a full-size 9-11, so when I switch to a smaller gun, it still has the same feel. It's just smaller proportions, you know, and that's nice for going back and forth between those. Denlu. It was like Christmas when my butt-ton of 22 long rifle finally came in because I totally forgot about the order. LOL. That's awesome. That's the best kind of like surprise. Ammo! Alessio Baldi, buy a black powder smoothbore so you can make your own black powder and shoot rocks through it. No more ammo shortage issues! Yeah! I would really like to start shooting black powder. I haven't gotten around to getting my own black powder rifles, or pistols for that matter. Jennifer Young, Dest, what do you think of the XDS? Planning on getting it for my carry gun when I'm finally able to carry. The 45 or the 9mm? I guess overall, I like both of them. It's a lot of bang for your buck, so to speak. The size is pretty easy to accommodate I found in a wide range of my outfit choices, which is, you know, something notable considering that, you know, I'm a female and the clothing that we tend to wear is not known for being practical exactly. And it definitely introduces some complications when trying to figure out the best like concealed carry setups. But with the XDS, it's, you know, that only an inch long, and one of the nice things about it is even though they're both short barrel pistols, they're what, 3.3-inch barrels, they're not really like snappy. They don't have a lot of muzzle flip, I found. The 45 definitely has more kick than the 9mm, I mean, as you would expect. But the way that the kick pushes it's more straight back rather than flipping up and pushing back like that. So I found that even though it's a shorter barrel, it is one of the easiest short barrel pistols I've shot to keep on target. And that's important to me with regard to concealed carry. I want to know that if I'm carrying a pistol, I can be confident that I'm going to be able to keep my groupings, you know, effective. With that being said, I am surprisingly fond of the 9mm, although I generally prefer shooting 45 if given the option between 9mm and 45. That the 9mm is so gentle with its recoil, it's crazy. I've not shot a comparable single stack polymer framed subcompact 9mm pistol that was as gentle on the recoil as that XDS9. I was really impressed with that when I took it out. At first I thought, you know, when it came out, well, you know, okay, it's the 9mm version of the XDS. Woo, not really super exciting, not really novel. But when I took it out to the range, I noticed a really big difference. So I guess overall, I think they make great carry pistols, especially for females in our, you know, more form-fitting fashions. And even though they did have the recall, I've not ever experienced any issues with either my XDSs, although I did send both of them in. The turnaround wasn't bad. I think it was like 3 weeks? Or 2? I think the one gun, the 45 was 3 weeks, and the 9mm was 2 weeks, because I sent that one in later. So, I guess your mileage may vary, but hopefully that feedback helps, is meaningful for you. Okay. Let me read through some more. Rob Russo, 40 Smith & Wesson is a horrible caliber. Go 9mm or 45? Jeez, tell us what you really think. That is a wonderful question, though. What do you guys think about self-defense caliber? What do you prefer to carry? My first preference, if I can afford to conceal it, is to carry a 45. And part of it is because I feel most confident on how well I shoot it, and as far as like my accuracy goes, and it's pretty important to me with a concealed carry pistol that I feel like, or that I have confidence in how I manipulate it and how I shoot it. But if I can't, barring some inability to carry a 45, I will carry 9mm. I don't prefer to carry 380, but I do have that little 238, and I tell you what, if it's the option of not carrying or carrying the 380, I'm definitely going to go for carrying the 380. And it's hard to beat for finding concealed carry pistols that like handle as well, that don't kick too bad, or don't have severe muscle flip, and also being really compact. 380 manages that really well. Not that there aren't 9mm or even 45s that you can find in a small package, so to speak, but what do you guys think? Scott Ham says 40 Smith & Wesson isn't bad to shoot, but then I usually shoot 10mm. Oh, I got to shoot 10mm for the first time this summer, and it was so much fun. It was like a spicy 45. Brian Phillips, I carry a Glock 36 and a Springfield Armory Range Officer 1911. Ah, you carry the Range Officer, really? Even with the target sights? How does that work for you? Just curious. I've not considered carrying my Range Officer, mostly because I like keeping it nice because it's a range gun for me. But David Morris, can you say hi, Ethan? Hi, Ethan. Thanks for watching my live stream. I hope you're having fun. Have a happy new year. William Prophet, I carry a Seacamp LWS 32. I love it. Never jams. It's built like a tank. A little tiny tank. Ken Colorasi, Des, do you carry a spare mag? As often as I can. Yeah, there are some situations where it's not feasible for me to be able to conceal it, and that's when I'll go, and generally if that's my situation, I'll try to carry, like, if I carry my M9, I'm less concerned about being able to get a spare mag because I have at least 15 rounds. But as often as I can, I carry a spare, yeah. Sam Emerson, don't get carried away by carrying a big calendar. How about caliber? Geez, Des, can you read? When you can't shoot it as well as a smaller caliber. I think that's a wonderful piece of advice to consider when looking at a concealed carry pistol. What I've found through my search of the perfect concealed carry gun is, it is definitely not one size fits all. It is quite the opposite. There are so many things where if it works for me, it doesn't work for my dad, or it doesn't work for, whoever, or if there's somebody has a recommendation for me where it works great for them and they absolutely love it, they can't imagine carrying anything else, and then I shoot it, and just kind of doesn't work for me. It's so subjective, Corey Bojangles, I know most would say that a 380 ACP would be lame, but I carry my Bursa 380 hollow point. Yeah, like I said, better a 380 than nothing. Here we go, let's read through some more. Jofi Beats, I tend to agree with Alessio. Carry what you shoot the best. That's why I often carry a 1911. Although there is the whole question of round count, and that is why I often carry a spare mag. But I know that I shoot it better than anything else, so I don't want to have to sacrifice that confidence and carrying something that I don't shoot as well. Let's read through some more here. Rob Russo says 40 Smith & Wesson is pointless because it is only marginally more energetic than a 9mm, but it has a much snappier recoil and less ammunition. It is a pointless round. Ooh, Timothy... I don't know if that's Claiborne? Sorry if I mispronounced that. What do you think of the Glock Gen 4 Glock grips? I definitely prefer them to the Gen 3 simply because they are... You can modify them better, or have them modify the whole grip better to accommodate a better range, or a wider range of hand sizes, and I appreciate that because one of the biggest qualms that I've had with the Glock is the grip doesn't work for me as well as it does for other people. That being said, though, the Gen 3 grip isn't horrible. It's mostly the angle that with which I have an issue, but I do like that. The different grip panels. Alright, let's get some new ones. Denlu, 45 or bust! But where I live, you're stopping hungry brown bears, not people. William Prophet, there's nothing wrong with the 380. Savage Henry, I carried my 380 with confidence until locals told me that bears and mountain lions come through town. Yeah, I'd probably be feeling a little, lacking in confidence in my 380 if I ever had to face a large beastie like that. Jennifer Young, friend of mine will be carrying a Bursa 380. She shoots it quite well. 12G Mentalist, can you say hi to my daughter Charlotte? Oh, that's such a pretty name. Hi Charlotte! I hope you're enjoying the live stream. I should have thought to bring my puppy or one of my kitties or something. For show and tell. Alright, let me refresh my comments over here. Timothy Claiborne. I'm really hoping that that's how to pronounce that. I'm really sorry if I keep mispronouncing lasagna. I found the Gen 3 slip. The Gen 4 stays and is comfortable. What do you guys think? I haven't had, like, the most experience with Glocks because they're not... I don't shoot them as often as a lot of people do, seeing as how I don't yet own one. Lena Castanet. Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my! Douglas Keith Jones. The KVD and 6-inch pop-up. Next report. Please give percentage of hits, etc. Don't worry. I will totally have an accuracy in the full review. But for that first range outing was just first impressions for me. I haven't forgotten.
It was just a first impressions.
Yeah, just a first impressions. Just kind of a general overall. This is how it feels. This is the fit and finish. And oh, speaking of the KVD, look what I brought. Magazine. There's totally one of my hairs on the gun. But here she is. It's a nice rifle. Here's the Viking Tactics. I think at one point in the video I totally said Viking Tactical like a dope, but I corrected myself later on. It's a little bit heavier than my AR, but overall so far I'm liking it. I really like this whole grip though. So I hate the grip on my rifle. Well, I don't hate it, I just don't like it. So I will be considering putting one of these bad boys on my own rifle. But the fit and finish is really smooth on this guy. Let me read through here some comments. Okay, here we go. Jennifer Young. I can't wait to finish mine! Jofi Beats, 20-inch barrel? No, it is a 16-inch barrel, and it has a 1-in-7 twist with an A2 flash hider on it. I believe it's not. I believe. I know it is also fluted. You can't see it because of the handguard, but it is a fluted barrel. I guess that helps with the weight. Alex von Fossen. Are you a righty or a lefty? This is an amusing question. I'm largely ambidextrous. The only thing that I do with my right hand that I can't do with my left is right. But because I'm a left-eye dominant, it's just easier for me to just shoot left-handed. Oh, somebody asked, Savage Henry, what forend is that? This is the Magpul MOE vertical foregrip. And the handguard is Viking Tactics, but the rails on it are Troy, if anyone was wondering. Leon S. 1911. I saw the video you posted for this rifle, but what caliber is it? I don't think you mentioned it in the video. 5.56 by 45. So just standard AR-15 rifle, or AR-15 variant. Savage Henry, groovy. Oh. So with shooting righty or lefty, one thing that's important to me with my own builds is because I often shoot right-handed and left-handed, is to try to keep them as ambi as possible, which is part of why I haven't gone through and made a lefty or purchased a lefty-only AR. That does mean, though, that a lot of times when I'm shooting left-handed, I get, like, the gas in my eyes and stuff, which isn't, you know, the best, but it's not the end of the world, and it's something that I've kind of, to which I've become accustomed to some degree, just because most of the people with whom I shoot are right-handed. If I want to shoot other people's guns, then I kind of got to figure out how to shoot right-handed. It only really becomes a problem with when I have, like, optics, like telescoping optics particularly. It's a pain in the rump, honestly, to try and focus with my right eye. I can do it, it just takes me more time and more concentration and more focus. Whereas if I pick up a gun and I just shoulder it to my left, immediately I can see where I'm going or what I'm shooting and line up the sights and all that jazz. So I like having a right-handed option, but I do largely shoot left-handed. Leon S. 1911. I love the 5.56. The AR-15 my one friend built was so smooth when I was shooting it. Ken Colorasi. Des, my wife is a lefty. The only thing on her AR that is ambi is the Raptor charging handle. That is the one feature that if I didn't have any other like lefty or ambi friendly features, that one feature is what I would like, is to have an ambi charging handle. Because that is kind of a pain in the butt to, you know, reach over. And it's just not as smooth, and it takes longer. But it's, as long as I'm not doing like some sort of like training event with it, I guess it's not the end of the world. Corey Bojangles, have you ever had the chance to fire a Thompson submachine gun? Oh my gosh, I wish. Seriously, that would be just the novelty of getting to shoot the Thompson. Holy cow, that'd be so cool. But sadly, not yet. It's like on my bucket list of firearms that I want to try out sometime. Ooh, Rickshaw. I'm looking at building a 300 AAC Blackout. What do you guys think of the 300 AAC round? I only got to shoot it a little bit. What I really enjoy is I've shot it subsonic a couple times, and it is like suppressed and subsonic so quiet. It's nuts. It's very cool. Friedrich Bonneman, I like the continuous top rail. Yeah, I don't have a whole ton of accessories that I put on my AR or on my ARs. Not at the present, but I always like having the option of being able to switch things up if I wanted. Ooh, I had a little tickle on my nose. Ooh, Jennifer Young says, I'm going with Black Rain and Daniel Defense on my build. excellent choices, in my opinion, for whatever that's worth. Matthew James Stoddard. I'm ambidextrous with a rifle, but I shoot bow and arrow left-handed, and I write with my right hand. We are totally in the same boat. That's cool. And let me run through some. Bigfoot 80. Destinee. For the 4th time, did you get the PM about the holsters I want to send you, and ask how many lefties you have as followers? Oh, that is a wonderful question. How many of you guys shoot or write or do anything lefty? Now, maybe shooting lefty, I suppose, is the more pertinent question. Sorry. But I'm just mildly curious about who writes left-handed. Has nothing to do with anything. And I have not yet seen that email, but I'm a little bit behind on my Facebook emails just because I get a ton of them. Because everybody has a Facebook. It ends up that people turn to Facebook more often to send me a message than YouTube or even Gmail.
I looked at your Gmail once. You're on target to receive this year slightly 1,000,002 emails into your Gmail account.
Dad was looking over some of my stats, and he noticed that I'm on target to receive, what did you say, 1.2 million emails for the year of 2013. That's so many emails. Oh my God. That's a lot of emails. But I will get through it. What I sometimes do is I'll just take a day and set aside time and just answer emails, and that's all I get done that day. Which is not the best for like being productive with like getting video work done and article work done, but it is important to me to make that time. Brian Phillips. I do everything left-handed. Den Liu. Shoot left, rifles left, pistols right. William Prophet. Thompsons are heavy, but oh so cool. Ooh, Charger 8924. What is everyone's dream gun to shoot and own? Mine is an FNP90. Oh, those things are rad, rad, rad. I would love to shoot those. I guess if price weren't an object, like my ultimate dream gun would be a Modus. That would just be like, if no holds barred, you know, money isn't a limiting factor. I would love a Modus, but
it works out to be 13 emails an hour for the whole year.
Dad just did the math. It works out that I get like 13 emails an hour since the beginning of the year. 13 an hour? That's a lot of emails.
Yeah, it's over 300 a day.
It's over 300 emails per day. I'm a busy person. That's just in the Gmail, too. That's not even including the...
No, that's not including Facebook. And
I have a little story to tell you guys. So, I mentioned earlier that sometimes I'll just take time and I'll just take a day, and that's all I do is answer emails. So one day, it was actually just a couple of weeks ago, I went and I had my day where I answered a bunch of my Facebook emails. As soon as I was done, I immediately had 90 new emails. Just from answering, there were 90 different people who happened to be online at the time and answered me right away.
You answered about 300 when you were done.
I did. When I was done, honestly, I was really like disappointed. Like, oh no! There are still 90 more that I haven't even answered because I just... It made me feel like I had taken one step forward and 2 steps back, you know? I do enjoy answering the emails, though, so I'm not really complaining, but it does get difficult to keep up with having so many of them. But I try! I hope you guys are patient with me.
Oh, do you want to...
You know, it's about that time that we should be doing the FOD Blitz.
You're going to announce it early and then go
Yeah. What worked out last time really well, and how I want to run this from here out, is to first introduce the FOD Blitz and announce it, and then I'll go over and read the comments. But I know there are a few new guys here who have not done the FOD Blitz with us before, so let me just kind of lay it out what we do. I like to, just as a group of friends, to go visit somebody else, some other YouTube channels, one particular YouTube video, and leave a comment. Just, you know, giving it a little bit of love. And usually it's a channel that either they're a smaller channel than mine, or they're a channel that I'm friends with them, or there's somebody who has helped or supported me over the course of my 3 years as a YouTuber. Today's YouTube or FOD Blitz target, so to speak, is Colonel Richard Hunter, because he has been a good friend and he's helped support my YouTube channel since my early days. Since I had a little channel, like anyway, he's been really helpful with it, easy with offering advice, and he stops by my videos. And so I'd like to visit his video, Merry Christmas, my friends of the interwebs, and just leave a little comment. It can be as simple as FOD Blitz, or FOD sent me, or I'm here from FateofDestinee, or something like that. But you can knock yourself out, have fun with it, be creative or silly, or give movie or music references, which I may or may not pick up on. I had one time Lance Stone give a Blitz comment that I read every single one of these. That's part of what's fun about it. Well, he gave me a comment that was written in Czech. So you guys got to watch me struggle through some awful butchery of the Czech language. But it made him laugh, so I figured that's worth it. So what I'll do is, after you guys head out to the video and post your comments, I will bring the video up and I will start reading those comments, which is where the fun really begins. So I will read whatever it is you write, as long as, it's family friendly. If you swear, I'm not going to read that out loud or whatever, but still, there's quite a bit of room for some fun stuff. So one more time, the YouTube channel that I'd like to visit for today's FOD Blitz is Colonel Richard Hunter, and the video is Merry Christmas, my friends of the interwebs. So I'll get that. I already have it typed out here. So if you look through the comments, you can see the channel and the video I've chosen. And I'll answer a couple more comments or respond to a couple more comments, and then I will go and start reading comments. Here's one. Dest, can you explain how to post a private vid to you on YouTube? Yeah. When you upload a video, you have the choice of uploading it, as long as your account is in good standing, you can upload it unlisted, private, or public, or you can schedule it. And I think right when you go to click upload, you have the option of choosing private. The privacy setting is right there, right off the bat. So when you have a private video, you can then, in the edit menu, in the privacy settings, you can choose the specific usernames that can see it. Although the caveat with using a private video instead of an unlisted video is, it means that yes, I have if you were to give me my channel the permissions to look at that video, I have the permissions, but I might not know it's out there. So one other option to consider is to upload the video as unlisted. And when a video is unlisted, it doesn't show it in your public window. So no one knows it's there except you, but it gives you a link, and anybody who you send that link to, that URL, can watch the video. I hope that helps. Yeah, sorry. Ken Colarossi, Des, which was more fun, shooting full auto or shooting that Barrett 50 BMG? Ooh, that is a good question. It's really close. They were both some of the most fun I've ever had shooting. I think I lean a little bit more toward the 50 BMG though. What's neat about the products that are hitting the bump fire products that are hitting the market is that you can get reasonably close to full auto experience, like really close to full auto experience. Actually, I've shot an AK-74 that I shot was, I think it was what was it, 700 or so rounds per minute? That AK-74. And with bump fire, there are some stocks that you can get up to 700-800 rounds per minute. So it's pretty darn close to shooting full auto. So I guess if I'm making up my mind, I'll lean toward the 50 BMG. Shoot fast fun. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Woo! woo, woo! Seriously, though, I really want a 50 cal. That would be wonderful. Shoot Fast Fun. Hi, everyone. Missed a few live streams. Well, we're happy to have you. Seeing as how you just joined us, we're about ready to go do the FOD Blitz. The video that we chose, or that I chose, is by Colonel Richard Hunter, and it is Merry Christmas, my friends of the interwebs. And I'm actually bringing that up right now so I can read your comments. So if you haven't already, go, go, go! Give it some FOD love. And I will go bring up the video, bring up the comments, and I'll start reading them. Here we go. Bringing up the video. Here's that channel. Here we go. And let me bring up comments. Alright, well, so far I don't have anything, so I'm going to read some more comments. Corey Bojangles, is there a way to send a private message to you? Yes, there is. Let's see, I believe if you go to YouTube and you go to the... Well, yeah, Facebook is probably better. I check it more frequently. But you can totally send a YouTube PM. Just when you go to your inbox, you can create a message and put in my channel name, and it'll go out to me. Let me see here. Do we have any people blitzing yet? Not seeing anything yet, so I will go back and answer some comments. Jofa Beats, do it now! Brian Phillips, I'm Cult Justice on YouTube. Excellent. Oh, Timothy Claiborne says, I see mine. Oh, William Prophet asked, what is the vid? It's Merry Christmas to my friends, or Merry Christmas, my friends of the interwebs. So, let me refresh again, because theoretically, there are some comments on there. Well, they're not coming up on mine yet, so I'll just go ahead and read some more. Timothy Claiborne, I blitzed minutes ago! I'm sorry, Google Plus doesn't like me. Ken Colorossi, I'm Logic Gear on YouTube. Brian Phillips says his is up there too. Jofa Beats, YouTube sucks now. I do wish that they had kind of shored up their commenting, because that is the only thing that I've really had with which I've had any issue. Seriously? Are they coming up for you, Dad? Because I'm not seeing anything newer than Crazy Cat 5 days ago. Okay. Not seeing it. Finn Outdoor 5 says I blitzed 5 minutes ago. Leanne S 1911 says I posted my blitz. Ken Colorossi says I am only seeing my comment. He doesn't have comment approval, does he? Because that would totally put a kink in this whole operation. A little bit. Can you guys see any of these? Is it just me? What the stuff, man? Me, making a complaining noise. Friedrich Bonneman says, also blitzed. Jennifer Young, yep, I only see my comment. Leon S, 1911, same here, Ken, I only see mine. Sweet! Can you even do comment approval with the Google Plus? What is this? I don't even. Alex von Fossen, womp womp, I know, right?
They're totally killing the fun thing.
It is, they're totally killing our fun thing. I has a sad. So sad. So sad.
Ask if anyone has commented and they can put theirs in the chat.
You know what? How about this? Dad had an idea. Anybody who has commented, why don't you copy-paste your comments into the chat here, and I will just read them here instead of through YouTube. So there, YouTube. Put that in your back pocket and sit on it. Corey Bojangles, would you ever carry a .357 snubby revolver? Probably not. As it is, just being a female, it's difficult finding a revolver that is convenient to conceal. And I like revolvers, but I don't prefer them for concealed carry. So snubby, not snubby, I would probably not carry one. Here we go, Brian Phillips, FOD sent me. Happy New Year! Ken Colrossi, prepare for the FOD Blitz Army. FOD Blitz! Daz, Destinee sent me, ... Don't feed them after midnight. Darth Groover, resistance is futile. You are under FOD Blitz. Merry Christmas! Here we go. Timothy Claiborne, New Year's FOD Blitz. Jennifer Young, this year is nearly over, but it could not end without the T-Rex armies of FOD blitzing your channel, wreaking havoc across the YouTubes to get here. Bow down to our invading hordes. Bow down! That was really nice and dramatic, so I had to read it very nice and dramatically. Jofi Beats, prepare for an attack from the FOD army. Prepare to be blitzed. Prepare to have a Happy New Year. Mark Parton, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Colonel. We, the T-Rex Army, have come to thank you and salute you for your support of the gun community and to blitz from my lady FOD. Did you like my T-Rex salute? I'm vicious. Jofi Beats, DOD stole my idea. Great minds think alike. Shoot Fast Fun. Merry New Happy Year, FOD Blitz. Lulz. Leon S. 1911. I came, I saw, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah, FOD Blitz. Put him in my Skype, please. Sorry, where was I? Lena Kasane. We will blitz you! Happy New Year from the FOD Ohana. Ohana means family, means no one gets left behind. Ken Colorossi. Des, if he has the comment approval requirement, if he has the comment approval requirement, his inbox is blowing up right now. I know, right? I thought I read that one, but in case I didn't, here it is again. Mark Parton, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Colonel. We, the T-Rex Army, have come to support you, have come to thank you and salute you for your support of the gun community, and to blitz from Lady FOD. Okay, I'm sure I read that one, but 2 points! We double read it now. Kenneth A. Fuller. I posted FOD Blitz. The new bat person has sent her army. Here we go. Friedrich Bonenman. FOD Blitz from Des and Army. Thank you for your channel. Double J. We came, we saw, we FOD blitzed. That was cute. I liked that. Chris Miller. The last FOD Blitz of 2013. Prepare to ring in the new year by being overrun with the T-Rex Army. William Prophet, FOD Blitz from the T-Rex Army of the classy Lady Destinee. Oh, I'm classy now, alright. Me and my Batman shirt feel very classy, thank you. Del Reed, strange things happening tonight. I still can only see my comment on the Blitz, and I can only now comment here. Fin Outdoors 5, or Outdoor 5. Empty head at 4 a.m., so nothing to say, just FOD Blitz! 4 a.m.? Holy cow. That is quite the time difference. Holy bejeepers. Well, Thanks for staying up late to come and chat with us. Oh, and Happy New Year, because it's totally already 2014 for you. Bigfoot80, Destinee, I'm getting a new computer to use for YouTube. Do you recommend Windows 7 or Windows 8? Honestly, I haven't even worked with Windows 8 at all, but I'm quite comfortable with Windows 7. Let's pose this to the group. Does anybody have any experience with Windows 8? Do you have a preference between 7 or 8? I would really like to get a new laptop. It's been on my do-want list for a while, but it's just kind of not in the budget right now. I'll have to save up a little bit longer for it. And that will likely be coming with 8. But till then, I don't have any experience. Alessio Baldi. Smell that? You smell that? Gummy bears, son. Nothing else in the world smells like that. I love the smell of gummy bears in the morning. You know, one time, we had a channel blitz for 12 hours when... Oh, darn. I lost the rest of that. Oh, Alessio must have run out of room. I totally got the reference, though. That's Apocalypse Now. I finally got a reference! Yeah! Alessio Baldi. Okay, I surrender. There's no space for my creativity on the net tonight. Hey, it was enough for me to get it. 12G Mentalist. It's 2:15 a.m. here in the UK. That's a little bit of a late night. Ah, Brian Phillips. Excellent comment, by the way. Who could afford a new laptop when there's a new gun to buy? I know, right? I'm always struggling with that. That's why I don't have reloading equipment yet, because every time I save up the money, it's like, oh, I could get this 1911. Yeah, gonna get the gun. Or at least that's been the way of it up to this point. Alessio Baldi says, I got Windows 8. I hate the new start menu. Shoot Fast Bun says, Windows 8. Ah! That doesn't sound like a good ah. And Denlu, here comes another Mac versus PC debate. Sigh. Oh, I have a wonderful answer to that problem. Both! I totally use Macs and PCs. I just kind of grew up in a household where we always had both around. So I use both pretty comfortably, just as well. I do like, though, the video processing power that Macs offer. But that doesn't... I've done plenty of videos off of a PC, so... There's my little 2 cents on there. Bill Fenton, 8 blows chunks! I think it's on par with Windows Me. Or ME.
So what do you like better? Mac or 1911?
Ooh, Dad had a really, really tough question here.
Mac versus 1911.
What's better, Mac or a 1911? That is the question of the century right there. Ooh, William Prophet says, W7. I'm an IT manager, and W8 is clunky. You can add aftermarket start buttons, which help, but unless you have a touchscreen, W8 is clunky. Ah, it is Fin Outdoors, but the 5 is for the S. Okay, I was wondering that when I read it the first time, and then you didn't correct me right away, so I figured I was doing it the right way. But as it turns out, I was saying it wrong over and over again. Don't I feel sheepish? Oh well. Brian Phillips. Not really. You could just shoot more for the same money. Richard. Buy piece by piece to reload. I think that will likely be the way I approach it. Just it worked for putting my AR together, but buying chunks at a time and then putting everything together. But I guess I just kind of haven't put reloading equipment as high of a priority as some other things that I have wanted. You know, I only have so much funding to work with. Dan Can. Destinee, you should try out acting. I think you'd be good. Aw, thank you. I tried like a play in high school once. It was fun. I don't know that I have any real, I don't know, talent for it or anything, but it was a lot of fun. I like theater overall. Honestly, what I'm really, really big on though, as much or probably more than the acting, is like special effects and makeup and props and stuff. Like, there was a year where the school did Dracula, and so I helped out, actually a couple of my family members helped out. We made stage blood with like corn syrup and hot water and chocolate syrup and red food coloring and a couple other things, and made like some of the most epic looking stage blood ever, which of course is perfect for Dracula. You have to have good stage blood for Dracula, right? I mean, that's part of the whole vampire thing. And I think that's probably what started it, but I love just all of that. I love especially if I can make masks. We've made like troll masks, we've made zombie masks, old people, or like age makeup. I love that stuff. That aspect of it is way super fun. Like creatively, I can just go wild over that. When I was a kid, my friend and I would take her mom's makeup, which she probably wasn't appreciative of that, but we were kids, and we would try to recreate like bruises and wounds. So that's probably where it started, but I love all that stuff. That's part of what I like about movies too, is movies that have really fun special effects or makeup effects. Love that stuff. Although nowadays there's a lot of it CG, but still. Alicia Baldi. Not the stores that sell apples. They're good. I love apples. Oh, never mind. Chris Miller says 1911 is greater than PC, is greater than Mac. And Denlu, she'd get more use out of a broadcasting school. I'm going to school right now for biology, but I was originally double majoring in art, and I have decided that instead I want to double major in English, because that's where my career is right now, is in writing, and I absolutely love it. It's perfect for me. I get to write all day and talk about the stuff that I really enjoy talking about, and I could see myself doing this like for the rest of my life if it came to that. Although I still, because I've spent all this time in my biology degree and I still am very passionate about the health sciences, I don't want to just like not pursue that, which is why I decided the double major would be good for me. But it's taken me a while to finish my degree. Eventually, we'll get through there. Dan Can, more an artist than an actor, huh? That's cool. Yep, and I think that's actually a really good way to sum that up. Yeah, I think so. Daz, what's your favorite horror movie? Oh my gosh, that is that's a good one. Horror movie. Jeez. What do I watch most of horror movies, Dad? I like a pretty wide range of them. I don't know if it counts as horror or if it's a thriller, but I love Silence of the Lambs. I think that's a little bit more suspense thriller than horror, though. Anthony Hopkins is awesome. I do watch the Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead. That whole series is fun. And I love the effects. What's the guy's name? Oh, Tarantino or Romero? Because I was about to say Tarantino movie that I really like. Romero. I like Death Proof by Tarantino, and I love Planet Terror by Rodriguez. And pretty much anything that George Romero has put out, I love. I just love his take on zombies. I think he basically invented the movie Zombie. And anything that Tom Savini does the makeup artwork, love. Tom Savini is a freaking genius. Seriously. He just has some really innovative ideas for makeup and special effects, and I've always loved that. When I learned, or when I have put time into researching how to make like zombie makeup and masks and stuff, I turn to any of Savini's work for like my gore research, so to speak. 12G Mentalist, I like your zombie makeup for Halloween. That was a really tame zombie for me. I wanted, to still be recognizable and not like super gross or whatever. But thank you. I just really enjoy it. It's fun. It's like dressing up. Ooh, Corey Bojangles. Have you ever tried the Ruger 22 oil filter suppressor? No, I have not. I have seen it online, not in person, but I have tried, though, the Ruger 22, the little SR22 with the Griffin Armament Checkmate suppressor. The quietest thing I've ever shot. like, hands down. It felt almost like it wasn't even real because it was so ridiculously quiet. Even without ear pro, it's just, it was more like a, well, it made the gunshot sound like a whisper. It was awesome. Jofa Beats, no more healthcare aspirations? Oh no. That's definitely not the case. I'm just, instead of biology and art, I'm going biology and English. It's nice though to have that fallback of knowing that should something not work out with my medical career in the way that I want, that I have the English to turn to and know that I really enjoy it. You know, I'm just one of those people. I like having my options. I've always been that way. Maybe it's just being a girl. I like having options, even with my AR builds. You know, that's why I like having the full upper rail. I may not be using or utilizing all of the space right now, but I like the option of knowing that down the road I can do something different if I want.
Silence of the Lambs is really good.
Silence of the Lambs is one of my all-time favorite, like, top 5 favorite movies, period. Shoot Fast Fun, Jaws, Alien, Silence of the Lambs. Oh man, I love
Jaws,
the Alien movies.
That sounds like the dad of Shoot Fast Fun.
Dad says Jaws, huh? That sounds like the dad of Shoot Fast Fun. Alessio Baldi, have you seen The Hobbit 2 yet? No, I haven't. I haven't made it out to the theaters, since Iron Man 2. That was the last time I made it to the theaters. It's been a while. It's expensive to go to the theaters, and that's like, $50 if I'm going out to the movies. That's like $50 that I'm not spending on ammo, So, and if it comes down to it, I definitely would rather go shooting than go see a movie in the theater. Especially because, if I'm just patient enough to wait a couple months, I can go and rent or buy the movie. Colleen Barnett. Hey, Destinee. Sorry I'm just now tuning in. Praying you have a very happy new year. Likewise. I'm glad you were able to make it for a little bit. I hope you and your family have a lovely new year, too. Dan Can. Alessio Baldi, I saw The Hobbit 2 today. Awesome. No spoilers. Actually, I've read all the books, so... Well, obviously for The Hobbit, there's only just the one book, but I've read the Lord of the Rings series. I read it, like, every year, once or twice a year, so I've read it probably 8 times, and I like to start with The Hobbit and read all the way up through The Return of the King. Actually, my actual physical copy of the book, I have the Lord of the Rings book, the way that it was originally intended to be published, where it's all in one, which is massive. Which is why I ended up downloading them for my Nook, because it's so much easier and so much more convenient. But I like the experience of actually reading a physical book sometimes. David B. Sorry, got to go. Time to gear up for work. Thanks, FOD and DOD, for another year of awesomeness. You guys kicked 2013's butt. Can't wait to see what you have planned for 2014. Stay safe, everyone. Animo fe. Ah. Well, I hope your shift goes well today at work. Thanks for joining us for a little while. I always have so much fun with these chats. Bigfoot80, Dest, do you want to be in nursing or a doctor? I used to give lectures to nursing students about what it's like having cerebral palsy. Ever been to Gettysburg? I love all the haunted places in history. Oh, it is one of my dreams to go to Gettysburg. And I'd rather be a doctor than a nurse, which that's the career path for which I'm studying right now. Not that I think nursing is a wonderful career and there's a whole lot of good that can be done. But the way, my interest in being able to help mankind, be able to leave that mark and contribute to my species, is I love the idea of the human machine and being able to help it run to its best ability, fix the things that are broken, so to speak. So I'm leaning more towards surgery. I'd love to be, ideally, a cardiothoracic surgeon. That would be like my dream. Everything in my life, all the planets align, works out. That would be it for me. I through one of my anatomy classes, I got to hold a human heart, and it was just one of the most groundbreaking experiences of my life. It was a definite deciding moment for why I wanted to go into the medical field. It's beautiful. I am noticing, though, we only have like 5 minutes left in the stream, which is crazy. And so I want to take a couple of minutes to just thank you guys for coming and chatting with me. There are 59 of you guys sitting chilling with me on New Year's Eve. And I appreciate that you took that time out of your day or night, depending on your time zone, to hang out with me. Yeah, I'm totally proud to say that you guys are my internet friends. We're like bros! But no, seriously, I don't have any other outlet to be able to sit around and talk guns and gear and all the stuff I really enjoy, except with you guys. So I really appreciate that. And it's a ton of fun. Every single stream that I've done has been just a blast. So I'm hoping that you guys can make it to the next stream. That'll be same bat time, same bat channel at new.livestream.com/FateofDestinee. But in the meantime, between streams, you can pop by our articles that we post live every day at thearmsguide.com, and the videos that I publish, several per week, at youtube.com/FateofDestinee, and I will endeavor to get this video up on YouTube as soon as I can. Oh, also, I don't really talk about it a whole lot, but I totally have a website. I guess it's kind of a central hub for what I do on the internet. It's FateofDestinee.com. So if you need a little, FOD fix or just want to say hello, pop by there. Drop a comment. Jennifer Young says, and FOD Army, Happy New Year! Jofi Beats, William has a great idea, or a good idea. Let's go to 2014. Colleen Barnett, don't forget the Elzetta booth, 8406 at SHOT Show. Say hi to my hubby for me, Destinee. Will do, for sure. Will do. Ken Colorossi, yeah, William, let's go to midnight.
Alessio says, which was the most exciting adventure this year?
Ooh, that is a wonderful question. Alessio Baldi said, what is the most exciting adventure I've had this year? Most exciting adventure. I think one of the best things, one of the best adventures, I don't know if it's necessarily the most exciting, was going down to El Paso to visit my brother before he deployed. That one definitely sticks in my mind. So it was just really wonderful, after not seeing him for a couple of months, to get to have one last chance to hang out and spend some time together before he left for his deployment overseas.
What about your channel?
As far as my YouTube channel goes, the most exciting, that Iraq Veteran 8888 shoot was fun. Oh, the Pipe Hitters Union modeling event, though, was also another, high point. It was new and exciting and fun.
Did you get hired on at SoftRep this year or last year?
No, that was 2 years ago.
Hitting 1 million reads.
Hitting 1 million views on thearmsguide.com. It was a huge high point of this past year. Having that, it's like my little baby website. Since it was no viewers, I've been contributing to that and managing it. So it was really exciting and wonderful to see it finally get more than 1 million views in less than a year of working on it. That was a really great crowning achievement. So happy with that. Shoot Best Fun says, meeting Destinee, best thing in 2013. Aww, I feel special. I ranked so high. That whole IV8888 shoot was radtacular. I had a wonderful time and got to meet some awesome folks.
We had a couple of votes for meeting Badinsky again in a video. You should bring her back.
I should. I've got new hats for her, and I haven't worn them in videos because they're her hats. Oh, what has also been cool this past year? I've gotten to do a lot of traveling. In 2013, I think I traveled more than I've ever traveled in my life. Just in that year. I went on 4 or 5 different road trips, and I flew 3 times.
It's all because of your hard work on your channel.
Aw, thank you. Yeah, it's been a process. 3 years of hard work, and I wouldn't have it any other way. it's been a great ride, and I hope that 2014 brings as much fun and shooting as 2013 has. Wow. It looks like our time is up, guys. It's been a wonderful chat. You have a wonderful new year, and I will see you guys in 2014. OMG. Thanks for tuning into the stream. We'll see you next time.